I'll be asking Americans which state do they hate or like the least, so you know what to look out for. Let's go. Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey, nice. What's the worst state in the USA?
I went to the University of Michigan, so I'm gonna say Ohio is the worst state.
Why? What was wrong with it?
It's just boring. Midwest, nothing much going on, middle of nowhere.
Where are you from, Max?
I'm from California.
Nice. What's the worst state in the USA?
I want to say the worst state is Montana for
Why
sure.
Montana?
Because there's nothing out there. By far, there's nothing out there.
Have you been there?
No, but I just heard that there's nothing out there.
So it's all hearsay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So you don't know anyone who's gone there and said that, you know, there was nothing to do there, or just...
It's a lot of TikTok,
Didn't you get charged with assault 6 years ago after body slamming a reporter? Yeah, then 3 years later, you elected me governor. Montana's wild.
Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland.
Nice. What's the worst state in the USA?
I think I gotta go with Florida. It's just kind of a hard stance, but Florida, there's just like so much chaos in Florida. From the people to the weather, there's not really that much of a culture there, if I'm being honest. Or there is, but it's like nonsense.
Okay. I've heard, you know, the whole thing. If you type into Google Florida man or Florida person, you get the craziest stories. So yeah.
The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. Yes, you are a donkey.
A Florida man attacked an ATM for a very strange reason. It gave him too much money. Florida man is arrested after deputies say he rigged the door to his home in an attempt to electrocute his pregnant wife. Police arrested an Orlando man for attacking a flamingo.
You get crazy stories, and there's never one that repeats, which I guess can be kind of spicy and interesting, but like I would never want to live in Florida.
Have you been there before?
Many times.
Okay, so you've got from personal experience. What's the craziest thing you experienced when you were in Florida?
I've been to Disney a few times, and Disney is always fun, but like when you go, you also feel like you're in a video game in a sense, because there's weird that happens and like everyone kind of seems like an NPC.
Alright, fair enough. So where are you from?
I'm from New York.
And what's the worst state in the USA?
From what I've heard, not a lot of people like Michigan. I've never been, but I've heard bad things.
What have you heard about Michigan that wasn't great?
I've just heard that people don't like it, so I've never visited because of that reason. That's all I really got.
Where are you from, Oliver?
I'm from North Carolina.
Nice. And what's the worst state in the USA?
The worst state is North Dakota, because I've never met anybody from North Dakota. I don't think they exist. They definitely don't.
So because you haven't met anyone from North Dakota, that makes it the worst?
Well, yeah, because I have nothing to base it on. Every other state I've probably met someone. North Dakota, I doubt it.
So you've met people from South Dakota?
That's a good point. I haven't met anyone. Okay, there's two worst states actually, North and South Dakota.
Alright, have you heard anything about them that makes you not like them?
No, they're pretty close to Canada though.
What I do? Go,
just go! That's kind of cold, so I don't mess with that.
So where are you from?
I'm from South Carolina.
South Carolina, nice. Alright, what's the worst US state?
South Carolina.
Dad, you're
That's why you said I was gonna get myself in trouble.
Why South Carolina is the worst?
A lot of the same people think in the same kind of way. There's a lot of bad driving, and it's not my favorite place to be. It's why I'm here in New York.
Alright, and where are you from in the US?
Los Angeles, Texas.
Nice, alright. So what's the worst state in the USA?
The worst state I've been to is probably Mississippi.
Mississippi? What was wrong with Mississippi?
The people were very rude in the gas station that I went to fill up my car on a road trip, and unfortunately that was all I really got of the experience.
Fair enough. And you, worst US state?
Kansas or like Iowa, maybe Kansas. That kind of just feels right. I don't really have a reason why. I just feel like it's kind of random.
And where are you from?
From New York.
New York, nice. What's the worst state in the USA?
It's between, let's say, Detroit and Washington, D.C.
So Detroit's in Michigan, right? Is it? I think
yes.
Is it? Yeah. All right. So why Detroit the worst?
Detroit is cold, a lot of homeless population, not a lot of restaurants to eat at, like the food.
All right, fair enough. Where are you from?
I'm from upstate New York.
Okay.
I'm from New York, Westchester.
Great. And what's the worst state in the US?
Maybe Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah, like a random like Arkansas or something.
Yeah, I feel like there's not much to do in Maryland, and I haven't really heard much good things about it.
Have you been to Maryland?
No.
No, just from what you've heard?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. And
Just
Arkansas?
Like, I don't even know. Like just like the random like states in the middle, or just like there's like nothing. Like
Nebraska.
Yeah.
The Cornhuskers.
So you've never met anyone from those states to
No.
kind of know? Okay, so you're very much sheltered within your states. All right, fair enough. That kind of does make sense. Where are you from?
I'm from Nebraska.
Okay. What's the worst state in the USA?
The worst state is Iowa. Definitely.
Iowa?
Yes.
Wow, why Iowa?
Iowa's the worst state. Their corn sucks. It's just boring. There's nothing there. The people aren't as nice as Nebraska. Worse corn than Nebraska. Absolutely nothing to do. No interesting places. Just horrible all around.
I think you've been there.
Unfortunately, yeah, I have been to Iowa.
What took you to Iowa?
I went to the Iowa State Fair. Actually, that was pretty cool. I can't even lie. The Iowa State Fair is pretty cool.
After you slated it, now you're saying that
Yeah,
Iowa State.
it's like, okay, they have one thing. They have one thing. They have one thing.
Where are you from in the US?
All over New England.
And what's the worst state in the US to you?
Hard to say. There's probably a few that I think, you know, either haven't been there or have no interest in going there. I think Florida is just the weirdest state though. So if you Google Florida man, it is one of the funnier things you will ever read in your life. There are so many crazy people doing wild and weird things in Florida.
Real or fake Florida man headlines. I'm going to state some Florida man news headlines, and you guys have to guess if they're real or fake. Let me know how you do in the comments. Florida man arrested for trying to get an alligator drunk. That one's real. Florida man sues himself and wins a $300,000 settlement. That one's fake. Florida man gets arrested after trying to pay for his McDonald's with Monopoly money. That one's fake. Florida man gets arrested for throwing an alligator through a Wendy's drive-thru window. That one's real. And last but not least, a Florida man claims his dog drove his car after a high-speed chase. And that one is real.
But I also find Disney World a bit of a cult, weird, Mickey Mouse, everything. All my friends from the UK are constantly going over to Disney World. Not my thing. So, yeah. And it's just too humid. I don't like the humidity.
And where are you from?
I'm from New York.
And what's the worst state in the USA?
I feel like any state in the Midwest, like those states, there's one state that's like bad in everything. Like it has like the last in education. I think it's Alabama, but that's not the Midwest. I'm gonna give it Alabama.
Alabama. What's wrong with Alabama? Why do you hate it?
I don't really see myself ever going to Alabama. There's that, but also like probably last in education, probably last in healthcare. I don't really see myself going down there anytime soon.
It just doesn't have basic stuff that people should have maybe need.
Yeah, I don't think it's as up to date as I would put up here. So I'm gonna put worst state there.
Where are you from?
I'm from Florida.
What's the worst state in the USA?
This is going to get a lot of flack, I think, but Massachusetts.
Why Massachusetts?
I lived there for 4 years. Coming from Florida, it was very cold, and I'm not a Boston sports fan. So there you go.
So you're Boo Boston, I guess. Boo Boston teams.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Florida all the way.
What's your favorite team? What team you support?
Florida Panthers.
Florida
for
Panthers.
hockey.
Nice. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Then where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Nice. All right. What's the worst state in the USA?
I feel like it's probably a state that I've never been to, but if I had to pick a state that I've been to, North Carolina. It's really hot. It's like really boring, and the weather, at least when I was there, was just terrible. It was so hot and just unpleasant to be outside, and there was nothing interesting except for my friend that lives there, and I don't know why she lives there, but yeah.
Then where are you from, Scott?
I'm from New York.
What's the worst state in the USA?
I gotta say New Jersey because I'm very biased and I've lived in New York my whole life.
Why New Jersey?
I think it's always trying to be what New York really is. It's got the density. A lot of people actually want to live there, which is great, but it'll never be Manhattan.
Have you been to New Jersey?
Of course I've been to New Jersey. I got family down there.
Okay, but it's just not up to what you think.
It's just never going to be New York, and I feel bad about it for them because it's just, you know, they're competing with someone who's just bigger than they are, you know?
So where are you from?
From Philly.
And what's the worst state in the USA?
Everybody usually probably says New Jersey, but I was born there, so I can't agree with that. I don't know, like something in the South. We'll go with like Kentucky, Texas. Yeah.
Why Texas? Why those?
I don't know, they're just a little stuck in another century.
Have you been to any of those places?
Yes.
Yeah? What was your worst experience that you had there?
I got pulled over and people were very rude.
Wait, in Texas?
Yeah.
What did they pull you over for?
Headlight? Taillight? Something.
Taillight?
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Connecticut.
Connecticut, nice.
Yeah.
What's the worst state in the USA?
Out of the states I've been, I'm not a fan of Ohio.
What was wrong with Ohio?
From what I saw, it was just industrial parks and nothing else.
Where are you from?
We're from New Jersey.
Nice. What's the worst state in the USA? You can have different answers.
Texas. I was gonna say Texas as well, actually.
All right, so both Texas. Why Texas?
One, politics. I would say generally it's pretty red there, and I think most Texans think they're better than everyone else. I agree with that.
All right. Have you been to Texas before?
No.
No. So this is just based off like what you've seen online and what you've heard.
And what I've heard from people from there.
Where are you from?
From here.
New York.
Yeah.
So what's the worst state in the USA?
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Your neighbors? Why?
Because whenever you meet someone abroad that's
it's from New Jersey, they always say I'm from New York. Huh? If you really love New Jersey, then say you're from New Jersey. Don't say you're from the greatest city in the world.
That's interesting. I can't say I've ever experienced that, but I'll take your word for it. Aside from that, what don't you like about New Jersey? It just can't be that.
This doesn't have a purpose, really.
Okay.
That's a bit hard.
Where are you from?
New York.
Yeah, New York.
Okay, what's the worst state in the USA?
Florida.
Florida?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. All right, let's start with Florida. Why Florida?
I don't know, I hear a lot of stories about Florida.
Have you ever been?
To Disney, yeah.
Okay.
It's like really hot.
What are the stories that you hear in Florida? Florida's come up a few times actually.
Alligators.
Alligators. All right, you?
I
Kentucky?
feel like you hear like absolutely nothing about Kentucky. Like they're not relevant. Yeah.
Have you been to Kentucky?
No.
So this is all from hearsay?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. And where are you from?
I'm from Virginia.
And what's the worst state in the US?
Maybe Idaho, somewhere in the Midwest. Actually, no, I take that back. North Dakota.
North Dakota?
North Dakota, yeah.
Okay. Why North Dakota?
It's in the middle of nowhere and it's like extremely cold. I think the entire year or a lot of the year.
Have you been there before?
I've not. I've seen pictures though on the
just from what you've
interweb.
heard.
Yes.
All right. Where are you from in the US?
I'm from North Carolina.
And what's the worst US state?
North Carolina.
So your home state, why?
It's great if you like nature, but other than that, there's really not much to do. Like you have to like, I guess, bars, like nightlife, I guess. I don't know, there's just not much to do there. It's better for like middle-aged people trying to settle down.
Fair enough. And where you all from?
From New York.
All from New York?
Yeah.
All right, cool. How do you all know each other?
Oh, he's my cousin and he's one of my friends.
What's the worst state in the USA?
California.
California? Interesting, okay.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts and?
Wyoming.
Wyoming. Okay, 3 very different answers. Let's start with Cali. Why Cali?
A lot of liberals.
You don't like the libs? What's your issue with liberals?
Just some of them are extreme.
In what way? What's something that you've seen that's extreme from liberals?
I can't say that.
And was it Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, I just can't stand their sports fans. They're the worst.
Which teams?
All of them, mostly the Celtics. I
Okay.
have no patience for Celtics fans.
And you said Wyoming. That's very random.
I feel like there's just nothing there. Like there's nothing to do in Wyoming.
Have you been there?
No.
So just from what you've heard?
Yeah, just from what I heard.
So where are you from?
I'm from New York.
New York again, okay. And what's the worst state in the USA?
I haven't been to a lot of places in America, but I feel like I'm gonna just say a random one and say Ohio. My brother went to college there. There was like nothing to do there and everyone seemed pretty similar to each other with like not a lot of individualism, so I'm gonna say Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio's come up before, fair enough. Someone said it was just very industrial, so yeah. Where are you from in the US?
I am originally from Northwest Iowa. It is literally the shittiest place on the planet.
So is that your worst US state?
I would not call it the worst US state, just the literal shittiest.
Why is that?
Because there are about the human equivalent of 180 million animals there as far as the manure goes. We actually have a statistic for it called the manure equivalent population.
Wow, that's really interesting.
It is, but it causes cancer. And also a whole lot of poisoned water for everybody. So it's really not a great thing, but we do get cheap pork and chicken and eggs out of it. So that's pretty nice.
I'd imagine it'd be pretty good for the soil, no?
A little bit is good, but you know how it is having too many slices of pizza? Like, you know, too much anything's not always great for you.
All right. So what is the worst state to the US to you?
Well, I mean, of course, it's Missouri. Because they're right below Iowa, of course. And we even have this, like, little part of Iowa. It's the lower couple tiers of counties in Iowa. We call it Lapland because it's where Missouri laps up into Iowa. And if you got rid of it, you would simultaneously increase the IQs in 2 states at once.
This is Darius from New York representing Brooklyn.
And what's the worst state in the USA?
Maybe Arizona.
Why Arizona?
Because there's really don't be nothing going on over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you hear coming out of there? You know, there's really nothing that be going on that I know of. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah? What did you do when you went there?
I actually delivered some packages, right? I was a tractor trailer driver at the time.
Okay.
It's a good question. I was a tractor trailer driver at the time, and I delivered some packages there, and I stayed there, probably for overnight or something like that. But there's really nothing going, there's really nothing going on there. I think, they may need maybe some assistance as well, because, there'd be like homeless people that, some people go there, like a lot of, some men, women, they go there just to like chill and like sleep on the streets.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So where you from?
San Francisco, California.
San Francisco? Nice, cool.
Yeah.
And what's the worst state in the USA?
Kentucky.
Kentucky? Why Why Kentucky?
Well, I've never been there. I don't know much about Kentucky, but in 4th grade I had to do a report about Kentucky, and it was really bad, so I had to do it 3 times. So it's like I have like personal things against Kentucky. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sure if I went there, like I would feel differently, or maybe I would hate it as much. I don't know.
Where you from?
I'm from here. I'm from the East Village, New York.
And what's the worst state in the USA?
I want to say Alabama. They got some interesting stuff going down.
Have you been into Alabama?
I have not been to Alabama.
All right. So why did you say Alabama?
No hate to Alabama. It's just, you know, I've heard some rumors.
What
here
kind
and
of
there.
rumors?
We'll just keep it in the family, you know. Yeah. I don't want to say more than that.
I get what you're saying. All right. Where you from?
I'm from New York.
And what's the worst state in the USA?
Probably any state that voted red last year. So shout out to Kentucky, Alabama, Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania, all these states that voted red last year. I would give you my finger, but yeah.
Just because of their political inclination?
Yes.
Damn, what's the issue there?
Trump.
All right. Just don't like Trump at all?
Yeah.
What's your biggest issue with Trump?
Just the lack of empathy that he has. Like, I think there's so many people that obviously do not have it the way that he does, or the way that a lot of like rich Republicans have it. So I think empathy is a really important thing to have.
Where you from?
I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
What's the worst state in the US?
That I've been to?
Yeah, sure.
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Florida's getting a lot of shots of fire
Dude,
there.
Florida's the worst. It's just a bunch of like racist people. Really? The people that I've met from Florida, in Florida, really in the Panhandle, I'm like,
Which part of Florida?
Like the Panhandle, yeah.
I don't know what the Panhandle is. So
like the
Okay. What's it called? Which areas do you remember? Since you said you've been there.
Just like everywhere.
Okay.
There's like a few spots that aren't too bad.
All right. What racism did you see or experience?
Just a lot of racism against African Americans.
Yeah?
Just people using the N-word.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, oh. Okay.
In an absolutely derogatory way, not as in a like they're their friends kind of way, because you know sometimes.
Yeah, no, it was pretty derogatory.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Where are you from?
I'm from New York. I'm from Harlem.
What's the worst state in the USA?
I would say maybe Arkansas, just because like you don't really hear a lot about Arkansas. No one ever moves there, so I'd say that's the worst.
Have you ever been to Arkansas?
I haven't.
So just from what you've heard?
Yeah.
All
From
right.
what I haven't heard.
What you haven't heard?
Yeah.
The lack of information is bad for Arkansas. All right. Where are you from, John?
New York City.
So what's the worst state in the USA?
I would say it's West Virginia.
West Virginia. Why West Virginia?
There's nothing to do there. Just a bunch of, open land and not much going on.
Is that based on you having been there?
I haven't been there, but I've heard bad things about it.
All right, fair enough. A lot of speculation in today's video, but it's fair enough. Where are you from?
I'm from outside of Boston, Massachusetts.
What's the worst state in the USA?
That's a tough one, but I'll just go for my personal preference. I would probably say Alaska, not because of the people or the natural beauty of the state, but personally, I'm just not someone who loves the cold. It's a little chilly there for me, and then also just the lack of sunlight in the wintertime, the excessive amount of sunlight in the summertime. So just not a place for me. I heard it's beautiful, but just not somewhere I could ever live.
All right, so you've never been there, but just
I've not been there. A family member's been there, and it's a beautiful place to visit, but just I could never live there.
Fair enough. I'm not a fan of the cold either, so I hear you on that. Yeah. So where are you from, Bobby?
I'm from Westchester, New York.
And what's the worst state in the USA?
I feel like Missouri has like nothing going on. Like, what do you think of when you think of Missouri? Like, I don't think of anything. So
Have you been there?
No.
No? Okay. So just from what you've heard?
Yeah, just from what I've heard and what I haven't heard, lack thereof. So.
Where are you from in the States?
From New York, born and raised.
What's the worst state in the USA?
Idaho.
Idaho? Have you been there?
Never been.
So why Idaho then?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Idaho, I don't know.
Have you heard anything about Idaho?
It's a lot of open fields and just not a lot going on.
All right, fair enough. Where are you from?
Atlanta.
Atlanta, nice. I don't think we've had anyone from Atlanta so far. What's the worst state in the USA?
I would say Mississippi.
Why Mississippi?
Their flag is like really bad. It like still has like Confederate symbols.
No, it doesn't.
And they have like one of the worst US literacy rates, so.
Being able to read is a basic thing that
Yes.
people should have. So,
Of course.
yeah. If you're from Mississippi, let us know. Is it really that bad? Where are you from?
I am from Massachusetts.
So what's the worst state in the USA?
I'm gonna say South Dakota because I don't know anything that happens there.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Okay. So it's just based on...
Just based on vibes.
Okay.
That I get from it, yeah.
What are the vibes that you get from it?
Just that there's nothing going on. It might be, I don't know which one has Mount Rushmore, which of the Dakotas. It might be South. Whichever Dakota doesn't have Mount Rushmore, that's the one.
Okay, so the one that does gets a thumbs up, but the one that doesn't gets a thumbs down.
Exactly,
All
yeah.
right, fair enough. And where are you from?
I'm from Kingston, Jamaica originally, but I live in Georgia.
Oh, nice, cool. What's the worst state in the USA?
It's a hard answer to give, and I'm sure some people aren't going to like it, but I think I'm going to say Mississippi. Mississippi.
Mississippi? Okay,
Yeah.
I think one other person said Mississippi. That's random, but why Mississippi?
Never been there, so like, I don't know, but I've just heard a lot of bad stuff about Mississippi, and I feel like most states are pretty average, but like their education is trash, allegedly. I don't hear nobody talk about Mississippi food, so I'm gonna say Mississippi, yeah.
All right, Mississippi, you've got some answering to do. Let's see what people say in the comment section. Where you from?
New Jersey.
What's the worst state in the USA?
New Mexico.
Why New Mexico?
Because what's in New Mexico?
Have you been there?
No.
No. So it's just from what you think?
I mean, I watched some Breaking Bad, like there's Albuquerque, but other than that, I don't really know what else is going on over there.
All right, fair enough. So your whole point of New Mexico is from Breaking Bad?
Yeah, it's like, it seems a little empty over there. Not much going on.
And where you from?
I'm from here. I'm from New York.
What's the worst state in the USA?
Damn, the worst? I don't think I've been to the worst, but it got to be somewhere in the middle. Maybe. I don't really like Nevada, I'm gonna be honest.
Nevada? Have you been there?
I've been to Vegas maybe like 5 times.
What was wrong with it?
It seems like it shouldn't be there. It's like a man-made city in the middle of nowhere, and the restaurants suck. Yeah, I don't really like Las Vegas. But it's cool. If you like to gamble, that's your thing.
Fair enough. And where you from?
I'm from New York, actually.
And what's the worst state in the USA?
Oh my God, my coworkers are gonna kill me. Probably gonna say California with that one.
Okay, why Cali?
What is there to say about why it's not that good? Weather doesn't really change. The smog problem is terrible. Unfortunately, they're not doing the best job with the whole homeless over there. San Francisco in particular is not that great when it comes to that. LA is, Hollywood and Beverly Hills are great, but everywhere else is not the best. Traffic is terrible, even worse than over here during rush hour. Yeah, no, and LAX is not that good. So
fair enough.
Yeah, I gotta give that.
That was comprehensive for reasons not to like California.
I go there all the time too, which sucks. Next time I go over there, I think my coworkers will know what I said.
And where you from?
New Jersey.
What's the worst state in the USA?
I would probably say Mississippi.
Why Mississippi?
It's the poorest, the most rural. It's a close between that and West Virginia, which I've been to. I would never want to live in West Virginia.
What was wrong with West Virginia?
1-lane highways going each way. Poverty. It's rural. There's nothing advanced about it whatsoever. That's pretty much it.
Where are you from in the US?
I live in the Upper East Side in New York City.
Nice. And what's the worst state in the US?
I'm going to say New York City, but it's for personal reasons. It's not because it's a bad city. It's actually the greatest city in the world, in my opinion, but for personal reasons, I would say New York City.
Are you willing to share the personal reasons?
Well, as someone from overseas who's been here for over 25 years, I just feel like I've, myself and my circle, I feel like we are getting ousted out of New York City, working in the arts. It just doesn't seem it doesn't seem to accept the creativity, the creativeness that was once here. And I just feel like there's almost no place for us at the moment.
You win.
Hi everyone, my name is Korede and I'm embarking on an exciting challenge going from 5,000 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers in 1 month. I need your help to achieve this. I am a YouTuber, I make great exciting videos, traveling, asking people about hot topics. You can check out my videos, subscribe, follow, share and like. Let's hit this target of 10,000 subscribers in 1 month. Together we can do this. Let the internet unite and let's make this happen.